Oh boy. Let's talk, guys. This is your boy BJ back from No Filter MMA. Real quick, just want to talk a few things with you guys. Just what I'm seeing that these guys are straight up willing to leave the UFC. Like Conor McGregor, Henry Cejudo. Well, I don't know much about Conor McGregor. I just used this picture from the article I read. But Masvidal, Cejudo, and Jones are pretty much. Well, and Conor too. Well, no, I wouldn't say. I don't know why Conor's in this picture, but because Conor's made a lot of money in this sport. But the other three, really just Jones and Masvidal, are threatening, and a lot of other guys I've seen today are straight up threatening to leave the UFC. If I don't even know why Conor's on this list, but these guys are straight up threatening to leave the UFC because the UFC don't want to pay them. You know what I'm saying? Like the UFC is now the biggest. Well, mixed martial arts is now the biggest combat sports in the world. It's the biggest combat sport in the world. It's way bigger than boxing. It's bigger than, Muay Thai. It's bigger than wrestling. It's bigger than jiu-jitsu. I mean, MMA is it. So, you got a lot of guys on social media talking a lot of shit to Dana White, telling them, if you don't pay me, it is what it is. And I feel like these guys take the most risk out of any sport, out of any combat sport, because, straight up honest with you, you can die in there. You know what I'm saying? Like one head kick and you can die in there. One good punch, you can die in there. So it's kind of like, I see where these fighters are coming from. These are the highest level guys in the sport. John Jones, champion. Jorge Masvidal, BMF champion. Prize fighter, high level dude. You know what I'm saying? Henry Cejudo, Olympic gold medalist, two division champion in the UFC. Do you think these guys should be paid more? I straight up think they should be paid more money than what they get paid. You know what I'm saying? But there's always a solution to their problems, guys. There's always a solution to the problem. And this solution just so happens to come in the name. Just so happen. There is a solution to this. And I feel like if these guys were to do this, I think it would really, really open the eyes of Dana White to let him know, hey man, maybe I should start paying these guys, a little more money. Maybe these guys should be getting paid what boxers are getting paid. Just maybe so. If these guys were to leave the UFC, oh my God. Because this guy right here will snatch them up. This man right here, do you see his face? Do you see him? He will snatch them up. You think Scott Coker ain't gonna pay these guys more money than what Dana White is paying them? If the problem in the UFC is money, do you not think that Scott Coker ain't gonna pay them? Listen, y'all. Scott Coker handing out bags over there at Bellator. You know what I'm saying? Scott Coker handing out bags at Bellator. Do you not think that Scott Coker will pay these guys what they want to make? Now, not some ridiculous amount of money, but if the issue is money, that's the first thing that Scott Coker gonna attack is the money. Just like he did with Chris Cyborg. He offered Chris Cyborg more money than what she had been making in the UFC. And where's Chris Cyborg now? Sitting comfortable over there cashing a Bellator check. That's what Chris Cyborg is doing right now. Sitting back with a glass of wine in her hand with that belt sitting on the table in front of her, cashing that Bellator check. Y'all can say what y'all want to say about Bellator. But when it comes to high-level prize fighters, Scott Coker gonna give you a bag. So just a quick message for these guys out here, you know what I'm saying? You have another option. And it seems like more and more lately you hear a lot of fighters are complaining about how things operate in the UFC. They just complaining about how stuff operates in the UFC because of Dana White. Dana White making millions of dollars off of pay-per-views, millions of dollars off the gate, millions of dollars off of sponsors, and these fighters are getting paid six figures. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense that these guys are being paid six figures when the company is making millions per card. Millions. I don't know, guys. Maybe we will see some guys in Bellator. Let's see how this thing. Let's see if it's all just a play, or let's see if they for real. Because I guarantee you, when Scott Coker picks up his pen and puts it to that paper, he for real. This is your boy BJ back from No Filter MMA. Drop those comments in the comment section. Hit that like button, hit that dislike button. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and I'm out.